Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyveganrecipes.net. So Phil and I had some couch surfers stay with us a couple weeks ago and they brought us a jar of cranberry chutney, which was amazing. We loved it. And so it has inspired me to recreate it in my own little way. I had a bag of cranberries in my fridge that needed to get used today and I thought, hey, just the time to make some cranberry chutney. And to sweeten it up a little bit without sugar, I'm going to make it with apples. So it will be a cranberry apple chutney. So if you want the recipe and the exact measurements, you can head over to my site, healthyveganrecipes.net. And for those of you who want to have a little fun, you can see how I'm going to make it right now. So as mentioned, there are my cranberries in the pot. And these can be fresh or frozen cranberries, but the dried ones aren't really going to work the same. So get a quarter cup of water in there, or so. Then the apple, which is chopped up fairly finely. You could also grate the apple if you want it to be more hidden in the cranberries. And I'm going to turn this on to about medium-high, just to get it to a slow simmer. And then I have got some lemon juice. Give it a little bit of acidity without too much, I don't know, bite? Don't know the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I'm going to add some raisins in here, also for sweetness. Those are just sultanas. And some flavoring. So I've got cinnamon, and some ground cardamom. Now this is optional. I know not everybody keeps cardamom in their cupboard, but I do, and I like it. And it tastes really, really good with fruit. It gives them a little bit more of a savoriness than just your average cranberry sauce. So I'm stirring that around to get the spices all mixed around the apples and the cranberries. And then the last thing I'm going to add is some fresh ginger. You can use ground ginger if you like, but fresh is much more flavorful and it has some great health benefits as well. It helps your metabolism, your digestive system, reduces inflammation, all good stuff. And what I'm doing with this ginger, because I don't want to have a big chunk of it in my chutney, you might, and that's okay, but I don't. So I'm grating it with my ginger grater, and then I'm going to take the pulp and squeeze the juice right out of it. It's an excellent way to enjoy ginger because it doesn't have quite the same bite as if you just have a chunk of fresh ginger, but you get all of the nutritional benefits. Speaking of nutritional benefits, cranberries are pretty awesome as well. They have some antibacterial properties, so you may have heard them being used for urinary tract infections. Cranberry juice is excellent for that. Of course, it has to be the real cranberry juice, not the sugary ocean spray kind. Okay, so there's the pulp, and I'm going to squeeze it, and you're going to see that ginger juice. Now you can see that ginger juice coming right out of the ginger. And so that'll also give it a more even ginger flavor in the chutney, as opposed to having nothing and then having a big chunk of it. And I can hear things starting to boil at the bottom of the pot. So what I'm going to do now is turn this to about 3, and that's out of 9. I'm going to give this a stir, and then I'm going to put the lid on. And that is because I don't want the water and the lemon juice to evaporate. What I want to happen is for those cranberries to pop open and the apple to soften and get nice and mushy so that it can be a more balanced sweetness through the chutney. So let that boil for a little while, about 10 minutes I'd say, and then we will check back and see how they're doing. So after 10 minutes, you should have a nice gooey looking fruit mixture going on here. The cranberries should be starting to pop open. So you can see maybe that one popping. That one on the spoon, popping. Some of them are still solid here, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, maybe 15 minutes. And the apples are still a little bit chunky, so you want them to soften up as well. But at this point, you could take a little bit out and give it a taste. I love it. You might want to add a little bit of sweetness. Depends on how you like it. I'm going for more of a chutney to use in like a dinner. But if you want something a little bit sweeter, you can add more apple. You could add some fresh apple juice or cranberry juice. Or you could add a little bit of brown rice syrup, maple syrup, or some other type of unrefined sugar, if you want to. Depends how you like it. Orange juice would be good too, actually. Really nice. Okay, so let that boil for a little while if you like to get it to a consistency. You can get this to a thicker consistency by letting it boil longer, or if you want, you can add some ground flax seeds and that'll get it more like a jam kind of jelly type consistency. If you take it off the heat and then add the ground flax seeds, stir them in, they'll make kind of like a jelly consistency. They'll absorb the water and turn to a bit of a jelly. Pretty cool. Anyway, that's about it for the recipe. Pretty easy. Again, you can get the exact measurements and directions over on my website, healthyveganrecipes.net. I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you think. I will see you guys next time.